Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. So, somebody can't follow instructions from the judge. If you go after me, I'm coming after you. Right after he's told not to discuss the case. Now, the Trump cult followers will say, but he didn't say anything about who he was going after. You know what? And I'm sure Trump will use that as defense. And his lawyers already have. They were saying, oh, he was talking about rhinos and the Koch brothers and everybody else, but everybody who's involved in this case. Clearly. How they know that, I don't know, because it's not stated in the post. It's kind of a general threat. But he's about to find out. He just effed around. He's about to find out with this judge. So, Judge Chutkan was alerted by the government that Trump had made this post, and she told Trump's team to file a response by the end of the day on Monday, 5 o'clock on Monday. Trump's attorney said, "Oh, we need more time," and she said, "No. You're going to have this done by the end of Monday at 5 o'clock." So we'll see what happens. But let's go around the general feel on Trump just not being able to follow directions. Now, I'm going to say for the folks watching this, the fact that he was specifically told not to do it and within like 2 hours he had posted up on social media lets you know how worried he is about this case. And the fact that his attorneys are trying to clarify that it wasn't this at all and just leave their poor little Donnie alone also gives you an idea just how big this case is, how weak Trump's defense is, and what's at stake going on here. He's worried about this case more than the Mar-a-Lago document case, more than the Georgia case, more than the Stormy Daniels case, more than the the criminal, the civil penalties in New York case, more than the second defamation case with E. Jean Carroll. God, there's so many cases. How do you keep track of them all? Oh, and then there's always Melania gonna divorce his sorry putt. That poor guy. But what's the reading? What's going on with this case? Knight of Pentacles. Going forward, moving with something of value. Okay. Crossing with women celebrating. All right. In this case, he was given a very specific warning of what not to do. Do not go forward with threatening messages on people. And he went ahead and did it anyways. And now there's going to be the celebration that comes with it. I'm sure his base celebrated that. I know he's going to get tough with whomever is going to come after him. And they celebrated that. But I think really what's going to happen here is that he went forward with this, and now he's gonna pay the price that we might end up actually celebrating this decision that comes out of it. In the past, King of Cups, the judge basically told him, "Do not be a crybaby. You absolutely abuse judges, you abuse witnesses, you abuse the lawyers, you abuse everybody in the system. You're acting like an immature child. You're not going to do that in this case." But he went ahead and did it anyways. There was an agreement. We agreed you weren't going to do this. And you broke that agreement. You broke that agreement within 2 hours of it. There's your two. Within 2 hours you did it. So I think there's going to be a new agreement that's going to come in. What is this new agreement? So that's why this Three of Cups is here. They had an agreement. He didn't go with it. So now there's going to be a new agreement with extra conditions slapped on top of it. And these conditions will get slapped on until we reach the king. So, there's more conditions that could be added to his pretrial behaviors long before we get that. I'm curious if we'll see more Cups cards on here. Yeah, Justice is firmly over this decision. this judge is not playing. Plain and simple, she is not playing this game with him. And he's going to find out. She'll wrap his knuckles pretty hard on this one to send the message across. And if this fool does not learn to respect the law and respect this judge and respect the court, she's going to keep on hitting his knuckles until he figures it out. What's at risk? I think in this case, she'll probably hit him with some monetary... She might hit him with some monetary damages. I don't know if that really is going to impact Trump that much. I mean, he loves money, don't get me wrong. And he grifts off of things like it's nobody's business. So fining him doesn't seem to be enough. But maybe restricting his ability to communicate from top to bottom would be something that's effective. But there's something here that there can be a monetary penalty just to get his feeble mind pointed on the fact that, okay. Maybe I have to stop thinking so much money here because we have the Knight of Pentacles. He went forward with that message that he wasn't supposed to talk about. Okay, well, here's a bunch more things you're not allowed to talk about now. And it's going to be very specific things that you're not allowed to talk about. That could be your 6 co-conspirators, for instance, would be like 6 of those coins. The judge would be the 7th coin. The lawyers or the district attorney would be the 8th coin. And a couple other ones that go on there. She's going to start restricting the valuable information that he's trying to get out to his supporters for whatever reason. See, I guess he thinks he's going to start a riot or something. Outcome will be the 4 of Wands. He's going to agree, or he and his lawyers will agree to this. She might, just might, make a veiled threat. Just kind of, it would be one of those things that people in the past who have ignored her orders have spent some time in jail. Not so veiled threat. Yeah. He could look at having some short-term incarceration if he cannot stop talking about this case when he's told not to talk about it. And underneath is the 10 of Swords. She is going to put an end to this nonsense right up front. I know that the Department of Justice asked for certain... like they're about to share a lot of data with Trump and Trump's team, and they don't want him talking about that evidence. The judge understands that this is coming up on the 28th, which is just a few weeks from now. So she's going to put an end to this messaging because she doesn't want to play this game. It's real obvious the game he's playing. It's the same game he always plays. He has done this in multiple cases. And unless somebody holds him to account, he will continue to do it. And she gave him a pretty straightforward set of instructions that he promptly ignored. So, we're going to find out just who this judge is. Also, that King of Cups in the past, that could be that reference to... presidents are not kings. Just throw that one out there. And the emotional statement. Think about how you felt when you saw that first case, the case she was ruling on. It must have been a January 6th case. Oh, that's right. It was the 700 documents the January 6th committee was asking for from Trump, and he was basically saying, "I'm the president, and I'm saying you can't have these," even though he wasn't the president at the time, which is why she made a comment that he was no longer the president, and presidents are kings. Actually, I believe the quote was, "Presidents are not kings, and you're no longer the president." How did you feel when you heard that? I felt great, because it was finally some judge was getting it and said the words that we'd all been thinking. This guy was trying to be a king. He's trying to be an autocrat. And some judge finally said, no, that's not happening. And this is the judge in this case. Okay. I was watching Bo, the Fifth Column today. I was kind of getting caught up on a lot of the news. I wasn't really paying much attention to news while I was in Canada visiting friends, and he was discussing this case and how that Jack Smith in the DOJ, Trump's the only one named in this case. He didn't name any of the co-conspirators. I wasn't really getting that. I wasn't really understanding that thing when I was reading it. And I was kind of curious why the other co-conspirators hadn't been charged. But the thing is by making it all about Trump, you don't have all these other people trying to slow down the case. So this will be just on Trump, and it's just going to be laser focused on the stuff that he did and didn't do. So you can't muddy the waters with a bunch of other co-conspirators. That won't come later. I'll be really curious about the witnesses called, though. Okay, so is Donald actually going to listen to what the judge said? Page of Wands. It's a new experience for him. Wow, I got told no. Huh, I never heard that phrase before. I don't know what to do with this. And the Empress. He's going to be a lot more careful and moderated in his actions because he doesn't want to lose the comfortable lifestyle that he's used to. So we had that Four of Wands in the outcome. Again, she might threaten or somehow spell it out to Trump's lawyers that incarceration is on the table, and they explain it to him. And then he has to suddenly figure out a different way of doing what he's doing because he doesn't want to be locked up. Okay, so there's your thing in the past. So this truly is going forward on this one because this was the lesson to be learned. Here are all the things that we don't want you talking about. Here's all the new conditions. More tens, actually a 9 in this case. 9 of Swords. Now he's anxious. He's really nervous because she just took away his one strategy. Again, I mentioned to you that Donald does the same thing over and over and over again because it always works. And now there's a punishment attached to it, and he doesn't know what to do because he's not used to having to do something new. He's used to doing the same darn thing over and over again. A lot of anxiety with this guy. And when he's up at 3 a.m, he can't rage tweet on all caps while sitting on the toilet. He has to scream into the air. He can't post on social media. Oh, tell me that's not the 2 to 3 year old sitting there having a tantrum. He can't talk about these things. Oh, here, Donnie, here's a toy you can play with. I don't want it. Poor guy. Oh, he's just a little kid. He doesn't know what to do with this. He's never been told no. And he's having a freaking tantrum over it. Oh, God. So, is he going to try and be creative? So, basically, if he wants to do what he wants to do, he has to get creative. It might be a little bit late. That ship may have sailed decades ago. I don't know if he's got the real mental capacity, the intellect to be creative. What's the outcome? 6 of Swords. Okay, well, I would say that if he tries to get a little too creative, it might get him sent into the timeout square. The other thing that we've got going on here is with the Magician is that he might try and create a situation where he can go to calmer waters. Because this case is going to be looking really bad for him given this 9 of Swords here. And again, central underneath this thing is the Justice card. He is in trouble. This judge is not going to play around. And the gravity of this case is looking ever present. I've done readings on Trump fleeing the United States. That could be what this combo is implying, that if he can't play this game by his rules, he might try to play a different game or play a game somewhere else. So if he does try to flee the United States, it could very well be this case and these orders that prompt him to want to take off. And I guess we can throw on that too as a closure to this reading here. Now again, Saudi Arabia is the most likely place he would go to, given his extensive history in Saudi Arabia, the $2 billion that Jared has in a investment portfolio. That Jared's never been an investment manager before, but okay. Neither have I, and nobody's throwing $2 billion at me. There's the whole Khashoggi murder cover-up and selling of military equipment. Someone argued that military secrets for entertainment purposes only may have also gone over there. Okay. Six of Swords. Does that Six of Swords mean that Donald's planning on leaving the country? Trying to get out, trying to go someplace else. Evaluating his options, evaluating whether it's better to stay or go, and his path to victory. If he flees, he actually thinks it'll help him get to path to victory. I guess because then he can tweet all he wants or Truth Social all he wants, and nobody can stop him because he's not in the country. So, great idea. He's got this grand idea about justice and how unfairly he's being treated. Oh, there's that Empress card again. He's thinking about his own well-being. The disappointment. He's being held back by the judge. He can't say the things he needs to say in order to get over on this. There's that Three of Cups again. Because that judge just keeps adding additional punishments on him. And it's going to be his undoing. So he makes his plans. It doesn't show him fleeing yet. He's now evaluating. He's evaluating fleeing. He's evaluating how he's going to win this case. And this Ace of Swords is actually because truth is here. The sword of justice has arrived for him, and the judge is not going to fool around and play with him. And his well-being, his style of living is going to be hugely impacted. He doesn't like how things have progressed so far, and although he's got a couple cups left, he's seeing what's going on with this, and he can't the increasing restrictions on him are going to be his undoing. So yeah, he makes his plans. I don't know if he's going to flee or not. He's going to think about it, but he has to be able to implement it. And that's going to be the trickier part, which is probably why he hasn't done it yet. But if he's going to be thinking about that more and more. So, Donald, he's going to try and get creative. She's going to lay the wood down on him. He's going to try and get creative. But again, I'll be curious to see after the filings on Monday and what happens during the week, what her response is to his actions and if jail time is actually threatened. Okay, so keep an eye on it. We'll take a look. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for all the comments and the thumbs up and the shares that you do. All of it really does help the algorithm to help my channel expand. And I do appreciate all the efforts that you put in. All right, have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.